Yeah, good morning, guys. Impossible to tell, isn't it? But it's part and parcel of these big set-piece economic forums that you have to sign a bit of paper and you have to give the impression that there is significant progress economically as a result. One of them at least sounds relatively firm, and that's around a technology park, and about $100 million is earmarked for that, some 90 billion rubles. As for the others, under consideration. And that means, I think, as far as we can all understand it, that those deals are not necessarily signed and sealed and will be delivered, but they are, as the words say, under consideration at this point. But almost as important, I think, as the impression given here that economic ties are coming closer together, Steve, is the whole idea that the Russian president and government wants to present, that there is a coming together diplomatically as well. And as you pointed out in the read, both of these countries have issues with President Trump and the United States at the moment, and the optics look good if they can give the impression that they are moving together diplomatically at America's expense. Well, I think President Putin will feel that a job has been done here. Of course, it's not only the politics and the economic deals that's taking place here. We've got a lot of Russian business people who are here talking about their businesses and also about some of the impact still on them from sanctions. And I caught up with Dmitry Konov. He runs the huge petrochemicals business here, Sibur, the largest in Russia. I asked him about the prospect of fresh sanctions coming down the pipe from this so-called bill from hell. Let's hear what he had to say.
We do believe here that U.S.-Russia relationship are not in fact a relationship between the two countries, but rather some discussions inside American politics. And when you cannot predict or when you cannot judge what is coming ahead and what is the reasoning behind that, it's pretty difficult to act. On the other hand, we do make our own investment decisions. We are pretty happy with the environment in the industry we are working in the global petrochemicals. We see a reasonably healthy Russian market, so we can make our decision and we can move ahead on our expansion plans.
So a message I think we've been quite familiar with, Steve, from 2014 and the annexation of Crimea by the Russians when sanctions were first introduced, that it does make it operationally challenging for large companies that export abroad, the fact that these sanctions still remain in place and that we still might get more through the course of this year. One other thing I just want to tick off the box. While we are waiting for President Xi Jinping and President Putin to do their big set-piece TV event here, worth noting the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was in town yesterday. They talked about some unfinished business, i.e. a peace treaty left over from the Second World War and the idea of deepening economic ties. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, we will see the South Korean Prime Minister arrive. No doubt there'll be some conversation around how to push forward denuclearization in the Korean Peninsula and what role President Putin and the Russians may play in that. Back to you.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.